Tonight is the night where we remember two souls, two individuals who gave it their all on the day of Ashura. They sacrificed everything for their Imam, and indeed they achieved the highest ranks in paradise. Tonight is the night where we remember Aun and Mohammed. Often these two individuals are mentioned in passing in reference to their mother Sayeda Zainab alayhi salam. However, they are true examples for both adults and children. Now take your minds towards the night before Ashura, and the companions are getting ready for the next day to wage war. And indeed, Sayeda Zainab alayhi salam goes to her two young children and starts conversing with them. And this is truly heartbreaking, because you can imagine a mother speaking to a child, or a mother, her heart broken from seeing a child that is injured, her child that is hurt, or her child that is ill. And indeed, this is a mother who's preparing her children to face adults who have spears and swords and have to fight in the thousands. But the question is, was Sayeda Zainab crying? Was Sayeda Zainab weeping? Was she upset? No. This is Aqila of Bani Hashim. This is the daughter of the ambush parents. One parent who was struck behind during his salah, and one parent who was crushed between the door and the wall. And indeed, as Sayeda Zainab was conversing with her two children, she was saying them, there's going to be a time tomorrow when your uncle Hussein is going to be left alone. He has no companions. Nobody will be with him. At that point, go to his aid. And do not be fearful or reluctant, for indeed, go and assist him. And it's as if she eulogized with her two children, saying, "O children of mine that I brought into this world, we are from the family who sets example to the rest of the world. Indeed, before your uncle calls out for another family member, go into the battlefield and the enemies dismember. The morning of Ashura came and passed, and indeed all that was left was Hussein standing there on the battlefield. All his companions had been slain, and as he gazes into the battlefield, all that he sees is blood on sand smeared by his companions. We can't imagine what was going through Hussein's mind. How can one man have to see all his companions slain one by one? How can one man cradle so many bodies as their soul departed from their physical body? Indeed, it is like we are conversing with the angel of death himself. O Malik al-Maut, how many souls did you clench to your wings that day? Every time you descend from the heavens, you have to face Hussein. And as Hussein looks into your eyes, another one of my dear friends, his expression would say, however you will pursue and continue, and a lifeless body in his lap would lay. Al-Hussein returns to the tent and starts scanning the tent, and all that he sees is Abbas and children left. This is truly heartbreaking. Al-Hussein was accompanied by the many and now only the few. He looks at Abbas and he sees the children. What does he do? How can he pick between his nephews? Indeed, what do the children do? They were not like normal children. They are the children of Bani Hashim. All the children come rushing towards Hussein. They say to Hussein, "Oh Uncle Hussein, please let me be the one to go." And then another child says to Hussein, "No, please let me be the one to go." You imagine children going to their parents and asking for a sweet. However, these children were wanting to taste the sweetness of death. Indeed, these are the children of Hassan. These are the children of and these children were the purest of the pure. And indeed, Al-Abbas looks at Hussein at this moment. He says to Hussein, "Oh Imam Hussein, please let me be the one to go. How can we let our nephews be the one to go? My eyes saw them grow." "Oh Abbas, we say to you, please don't mention your eyes, for indeed soon your eye will be pierced with an arrow." And after that moment, Sayeda Zainab comes and presents her two young children by the age of 13 and 11, Aun and Mohammed, and she says to Hussein, "These children are a trust from my husband Abdullah bin Ja'far. I want them to be the first to go of Bani Hashim from the children. How can I face our mother Zahra when she asks me why did Hussein's children go first?" Hussein accepted, and indeed Zainab started to prepare her two young boys to face the army of thousands. This was the time for Aun and Mohammed to make their mother proud, and the first to rush into the battlefield was the elder brother Aun. As Aun rushes into the battlefield, he starts to call out, "If you do not know me, I am the son of Ja'far, the truthful martyr, who abides within the illuminated paradise, flying with green-colored wings therein, and this is enough proof of eminence on the day of Qiyamah." He goes into the battlefield, ya mu'mineen. He starts killing down the enemies until one of the individuals, enemies of Allah, comes from behind. He lifts his sword into the sky and strikes upon the head of Aun. Normally the martyrs get to call for Hussein before they die. However, he was struck so hard that his soul departed from his body before he got to call for Hussein. Aun is martyred. Our condolences to you, O Zainab. You had to witness the martyrdom of your father. Going through it rather, the head hits on with the spear, and now you have to witness your child killed the same way. The young brother Muhammad rushed into the battlefield. As he rushes into the battlefield, he sees his brother, the same brother that he grew up with playing. He sees his head split in two and blood pouring from his head on the plains of Karbala. He starts to call out, "I complain to Allah regarding the enemies, a nation who are blind and has caused devastation within our ummah. They have changed the characteristics of the Quran, the firm revelation and its rationality, and they have sided in disbelief with the despots." And then he takes 10 men down from the enemy single-handedly, and then the enemy started to surround Muhammad. They started stabbing him with swords. They started to kick him down until Muhammad was a martyr. Al-Hussein rushes into the battlefield. He sees Aun and Mohammed lying there, their bodies slain, and he says, "These are the children of my sister Zainab." He picks up the lifeless bodies and he takes it back towards the tents. How can Zainab see the two bodies in such a way? It has never been narrated anywhere that Zainab cried at the moment when seeing her children. Indeed, when asked why, O Zainab, why didn't you cry when you saw the two bodies of your children? She replies, how can I cry? How can I cry just in case it increases the sadness of Hussein? O Zainab, we ask you on the night of the 11th, how were you so strong when they took the bodies of your children and cut their heads off and they put it on a spear, and you witnessed this? Not one child but two, not one head on a spear but two. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un.